Now, the Aam Aadmi Party crisis is only deepening with the Anti-Corruption Bureau investigating or deciding to investigate all allegations that have been made against the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. In a series of shocking developments, the former Aam Aadmi Party Minister Kapil Mishra has accused Delhi's Chief Minister Kejriwal of accepting a bribe. AAP has called this a political conspiracy, while the BJP and the Congress both are demanding Mr. Kejriwal's resignation. Now, in a bid to prevent matters from escalating, the Aam Aadmi Party has issued gag orders to refrain or prevent party leaders from making any sort of comments on the issue. Meanwhile, Kejriwal's mentor Anna Hazare has said that he is saddened by these allegations of graft against the Delhi Chief Minister. Our political editor Karthik Sharma is in the studio. Karthik, a big political day, so to speak. Lots of charges and counter charges. What does this mean for the Aam Aadmi Party, and specifically Arvind Kejriwal? He's always considered himself to be the trailblazer as far as fighting corruption goes. Big charge for him too.
It's like, when bad time comes, it comes in horde. And now this time around, it's a full circle for Mr. Kejriwal. He's getting rebuked by Robert Vadra on Facebook. So, this can't get worse than that. But what has happened is that now the inquiry which has been forwarded by the LG has been taken up by the Anti-Corruption Bureau. Anti-Corruption Bureau has initiated probe against Delhi Chief Minister. So, the story goes to the second part. LG takes cognizance, it goes to the ACB. ACB has initiated the inquiry. So, I think he is the sitting minister, a chief minister against whom the Anti-Corruption Bureau has already moved its paper.
Right.
So, my understanding is that Mr. Kejriwal should live by his own words, and Mr. Kejriwal should follow what he preached. He wanted resignation of half a dozen ministers. He wanted resignation of a public retirement of a lot of politicians. So I think this time around, Mr. Kejriwal should gracefully retire, allow agency to conduct an inquiry, and then come back and take over Aam Aadmi Party's top position. But I don't think so. He's of the opinion that he should relinquish, because the feelers which we got yesterday was that why should Mr. Kejriwal even react? So Mr. Kejriwal has not even reacted publicly. He has not even
spoken about Emmanuel Macron on
yes,
Twitter.
he has tweeted about Emmanuel Macron, but he has not come and explained as to what has happened. So this is a very peculiar situation. The person who behaved like a public inquisitor, who created that Jan Lokpal mania where every politician should be behind bars and every politician is corrupt, and we need a politics in a country without politicians, which is an oxymoron. And now, when there's a charge against him, he doesn't respond, and he's not the first minister to whom Kapil Mishra. People should remember there was a fake degree, there was a CD case.
But Karthik, just to maybe act as a defense for Mr. Kejriwal in his absence, he's not here with us right now. But what do you have to say about the charges that the Aam Aadmi Party has consistently made against parties like the Congress, like the Bharatiya Janata Party, that there is a certain amount of spin doctoring that's going on, that there has been certain amount of witch hunting, which has caused so many cases to sort of pop up against the Aam Aadmi Party's people? Do you feel that this perhaps may also lend him to look at this latest development from that lens, that this might be a conspiracy?
Hamlet, those who live by sword die by sword. That's Hamlet, not my word, not my phrase. Mr. Kejriwal's politics has that been of the of a hit and run, the guerrilla warfare, and that's what he is getting back from other political parties. You see, Mr. Kejriwal was very much celebrated by one section of the media and one section of the civil society on the ground, that he's broken the Omerta code. I remember the line that he's directly going after the family, he's directly going after the people who are responsible. But did he take responsibility for his statements? He did those press conferences and they were covered, but was there any follow-up? And then secondly, to the second part, he apologized to the people of Delhi, saying that he would stay put in Delhi, and there was a campaign which he wanted, and there was almost a projection of Mr. Kejriwal which he had to deny. Thirdly, he was elected to govern Delhi, not to fulfill his national ambitions. Or Aam Aadmi Party should have been projected in a different way, that it's a national party. Mr. Kejriwal one day will be the Prime Minister of this country, and the Chief Ministership will be left to Mr. Sisodia. Did that happen? Did he follow that Bal Thackeray model? He didn't even follow that Bal Thackeray model. My analysis is that the ambition of Mr. Kejriwal got better of the Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party was like a hope. because other regional parties don't get to transcend boundaries.
Right.
But Aam Aadmi Party was formed not on the caste or class basis. It was formed on the basis of reviving certain ethical and moral values within the political system by getting people who are not part of political class but had political vision.
Right.
And then they would be coached in politics. But what happened?
Which is an honourable sort of way of looking.
But what happened? He, in the garb of a democratically functioning party, became dictatorial. He ejected his own friends, conscience keeper like Yogendra Yadav. He started building party in his own image. He wanted to go out and campaign. 2014 was once he did it, then he apologized. Again, it happened in Punjab, it happened in Goa. So Aam Aadmi Party, instead of focusing diligently on Delhi, became a voice for all opposition and started personally attacking Narendra Modi. You know, it looks good, you know, one chief minister is attacking, but Delhi is not Uttar Pradesh.
Right.
Delhi is not Madhya Pradesh. Delhi is not even Karnataka.
I'm going to extend your Shakespearean analogy and say that this is sounding more and more very Macbethian, if you will. You know, this whole desire for power, this perhaps building up of an ego that's been taking place as far as the Aam Aadmi Party goes.
You pointed out rightly, he has tweeted about the French elections.
Right.
But he does not have the time to explain himself on this charge. Why? Isn't he answerable to the people of Delhi? What explains this silence? Is it reticence or is he afraid to divulge? And Kapil, on the other hand, is being tweeted about the CCTV footage. So why doesn't he release CCTV footage? Or there is some homework which is happening shred by shred. So, you know, if someone is innocent, the first thing he would have done is to come out and give a press conference. I really don't understand the rationale behind the silence.
But he has in the past done things differently. Perhaps this is his way of maintaining that record. Let's see what happens in the next day or two. But tell me, Karthik, everyone had predicted the demise of the Aam Aadmi Party after the recent civic polls. Does this sort of prove to be the last nail in the coffin?
No, I don't think any political party can be written off. In 1984, BJP had 2. 1989,
but
BJP
this is
had
not
89.
your conventional political party.
It's not a conventional party. But then, you know, people come back. Sonia Gandhi came back. Indira Gandhi was called Gungi Garuya by Ram Manohar Lohia. She came back. People make a comeback. But there is a process of redemption. I don't know what will be the process of redemption from Arvind Kejriwal. Even Sonia Gandhi had a process of redemption. You know, if you remember, though the dip was not complete, but at least the foot was dangling in the waters of Ganga in Allahabad. My point is simple. People remake themselves. She remade herself through political alliances, through partaking certain symbols of the so-called Indian civilizational ethos. Sonia Gandhi did that. Kejriwal can also do those things. But the point is, will he be given time or not?
But tell me, Karthik, how tight a tightrope walk is this for Kejriwal? On the one hand, he says he wants to fight corruption, fight the rot in the system. But on the other hand, it's becoming very, very apparent that you have to be within the system to fight the system. And very categorically, the Aam Aadmi Party has been sort of kept at bay by the larger political parties. Do you think that for the survival of the Aam Aadmi Party, Mr. Kejriwal is going to have to sort of let go of some of his upright ambitions and hold hands and move forward?
Sometimes the problems become the biggest opportunity. You know, sometimes they do that. People get political sympathy. For example, when Indira Gandhi was hauled over from her residence to the police station, it became an opportunity. People started sympathizing. She went to Belchi where Dalits were massacred by upper caste. She sat on an elephant and went there. People thought that this old woman has gone mad. But then, you know, the Dalits remember her for next 20 years and the Congress
Party. So you're saying this could prove to be
if he wants to redeem himself, he can resign and say, I'll campaign throughout India. He'll create another problem for rest of the opposition, because the whole idea of Kejriwal was that he is the alternative. But the alternative himself is getting tainted.
So the ball is in his court. He's going to see how, if he's going to, you know, there's going to be a volley or a smash across the court winner. But Karthik, we're going to have to wrap up on that. We've got another very important story that we are going to head to. But thanks so much for joining us in this